from the badgerbeat.com. Rob Hernandez here with Tom Oates of the Wisconsin State Journal. Oatesy, time for your grades here off this Badger win over Western Illinois. Let's start first with the offense. A lot to like today. How's the grading system?
Well, there was a lot to like, but if you look at it, I think Tanner McAvoy did a great job. First 5 quarters of his starting tenure weren't very good, and he recovered nicely. And I thought did a great job. He threw all kinds of passes all over the field and completed them. There's a caveat, of course. It was against Western Illinois, and there were a lot of players, defensive players, up at the line of scrimmage. So the passing game was there for the taking. It'll probably never get easier than it was today to complete passes. But he showed he could do it, and I think that's really important. Western Illinois committed more players to the run than I've seen a team do against Wisconsin, and we've seen teams do this against Wisconsin forever. But 8, 9 guys routinely in the box, and they stopped Melvin Gordon. You'd like to think Wisconsin could run the ball against Western Illinois if they put 15 guys in the box.
Sure.
But college football isn't that way anymore, and I think you have to be able to throw the ball. And McAvoy showed that he was able to do that. He threw to his backs. He threw to Alex Erickson. He threw to Sam Arneson. I thought he did a great job with that.
And so overall, the grade for the offense?
I think it was a B minus.
B minus.
The passing game was good. The running game was not so good. They ended up scoring a lot of points. Did a good job. But you got to run better than that to get much higher grade than that.
Early in the semester, let's see. We'll let the B minus slide there. Defensively, how high did the Badgers grade out in your book?
Much better. Consider the opposition, of course, but this was not LSU they were playing out there. But it was a good, solid FCS team, and with some talented players. But they shut them down. Western had one nice drive in the first half, early in the first half, that ended with an interception on a tip ball by Chikwe Obisa.
Obashi.
Okay, I'll get that.
Obashi sounds like Oatsy.
I promise. He's a freshman. I promise to get that right by the end of his career. But Michael Caputo intercepted the ball. His second takeaway in 2 games, which is what you want out of a defensive playmaker, kid that's always around the ball. And they stopped that drive. And then I thought they were a little soft in the 2-minute drive that ended with a field goal just before the half. But other than that, they really didn't give Western very much at all.
Special teams, missed field goal by Rafael Gaglianoni. I have trouble with that one. But otherwise, I thought all in all, they didn't put the Badgers the Badgers didn't put themselves in too bad a spot.
They didn't put themselves in a bad spot. I didn't think there was much special about the special teams in this game. There weren't any great returns. I thought their kickoff coverage was very good, and they probably kicked off more than anything else. Gaglianoni cannot miss 33-yard field goals. I mean, we were all, I think everybody affiliated with Wisconsin was ecstatic when he drilled that 50-plus yarder against LSU, and he's got the leg to do that kind of stuff. But in addition to having range as a kicker, you have to have consistency, and he just can't miss 33-yard field goals. Didn't hurt in this game, even though it was a close game at the time. It ended up not costing the Badgers, but it certainly could down the line.
Coaching in this game, not much to X's and O's to try to, although I guess 2-0 for a long time, they had to do something to get the lid off the offense, and they did. I guess how would you grade out the coaching in this game?
Well, Anderson did a great job calling that timeout and challenging that
That's true.
initial play, because Western was going to get up and run a play. Good job on Gary Anderson's part. Got the review, got the safety. They started out. They had 2-0 lead, runners on second and third, nobody out before the play even began. It was something. 1 second into the game to have a 2-0 lead. I thought Andy Ludwig, the offensive coordinator, did a nice job starting McAvoy out with some passes that he could complete and got him into a rhythm. The bubble screens to Alex Erickson, some easier passes to the backs, some passes down the middle, which has been wide open for 2 games, to Sam Arneson. So I thought he did a nice job of getting McAvoy on track by giving him some passes that he could complete, get his confidence up, get him into a rhythm, and that's exactly what happened.
Finally, Oates, what kind of grade do you give this performance, given the competition, FCS, and as the Badgers go into their first bye week of the season, what kind of grade did you give them?
Well, it's a good thing they failed the 6 weeks test because the first quarter they didn't look very good, to be quite honest. But after that, they asserted their talent and imposed their will on Western Illinois. They never did run the ball particularly well, but they threw the ball well, and they played very good defense throughout. I give it a B performance. They did what they should have done. It took a while, but it was a performance you can build and learn and build on and learn from, no matter who the opponent is. This, like I said, this wasn't one of those teams that they were going to beat 70-0 from the FCS. This was a reasonably talented team. I'm not trying to blow their horn or anything like that, but this wasn't a team that they should have just squashed. And this team put up some resistance, but the Badgers ended up doing what they had to do.
Outstanding. Tom Oates from the Wisconsin State Journal with his grades for the Badgers' win over Western Illinois. For Oates, I'm Rob Hernandez. Thanks for watching Badger Beat. We'll see you with more grades in 2 weeks.